Welcome everyone to the virtual college exploration for all Pennsylvania students, sponsored by Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. PACAC is a nonprofit association comprised of more than 1,200 school counselors, college admission counselors, independent education consultants, and other professionals responsible for guiding students through the important transition from high school to post-secondary options. Thank you everyone for joining us or viewing the recording later. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at pacac.org. That's PACAC.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at the same website, pacac.org. Now, I'd like to turn it over to our presenters.
Hi guys, my name is Michelle. I'm so happy to be here with you guys this afternoon or evening, kind of wherever you're or whenever you're looking at this. So like I said, I'm Michelle. I'm from Grace College, and so I get the opportunity to get to tell you guys a little bit more about Grace, about who we are, about what we are going to offer you guys as well. A little bit about me. My name is Michelle. I'm a senior admissions counselor, and I'm here to help you guys. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, confusions about college or your next steps, Grace is going to be sometimes hard to, or colleges are sometimes hard to navigate. And so I want to be here to help. I graduated in December 2018 with my bachelor's of arts in facility and event management. I also just got engaged a month ago, a little less than a month ago. That's something fun about me, and my hometown is Indianapolis, Indiana. So without further ado, let's get started. At Grace, we have really great majors and minors. So we have over 90 different majors and minors here at Grace. They span through 5 different schools of study. The schools of study are School of Education, School of Behavioral Science, School of Business, School of Arts and Science, and our School of Ministry. So that's a lot of different majors wrapped up in 5 very, very broad schools. So as you can see there are a few of our pretty high performing majors. Or there's just so many that we can't put on the screen. For instance, business, we have a lot of different majors there in our business program. At Grace, something that we try to do with all of our students is we have an accelerated degree. So almost all of our majors can be done in 3 years, which is really cool, especially if you're trying to save money or get done with school a little bit faster. Another option that we have is we have a 4-year blended master's degree as well. And you can get a master's degree while you are completing your undergrad in 4 years. Those master's degrees are your master's in business administration, your master's in nonprofit management, master's in higher education, and your master's in ministry. A little bit about our campus is we are located in Winona Lake, Indiana, which is kind of in the middle of Indiana if you know anything about us. Located on a beautiful campus with a lake just nearby. Here on your screen are a few different things about Grace and what you can expect when you come and visit us. Something that's really cool is we're attached to what's called the Village at Winona, which is a local area for students to go to hang out. There are coffee shops, boutiques, restaurants, boating, hiking activities as well. So there's a lot of things to do here in Winona Lake. We also have different on-campus events such as homecoming, the joust, where the whole campus is divided up into 4 different groups. And you play, video games, you do card games, you do like tug of war, there's a lip sync battle, a lot of fun. And so there's a lot of different events that you do to figure out who is the champion of all campus. There are different pop-up events. I think yesterday, they just did caramel apples out in front of one of the buildings, and then a few other banquets as well. We also have intramurals, where all of our sports on campus You can play flag football, baseball, kickball, volleyball, and that can be done whether it is with your hall or with your Brosis hall, or if you do a competitive team as well. We love the area that we get to live in, but we are not just ourselves. So Winona Lake is kind of right here, and surrounding us is the bigger town of Warsaw, and that's what has all of your more chained restaurants and grocery stores. So if you need to go to Kroger or Owens or something like that, we have that very, very close as well. Grace College is also a Christian college, and that means a lot of different things to a lot of different students and parents and families and even schools. So what I want you guys to take away about what that means for Grace is that Grace is a college that incorporates their faith into everything that they do. And that is really important to us here. So on your screen, you see the 3 different areas that we incorporate our faith into. And from that, your faith really does grow. So the first thing I like to say is integrated into your classes. So all students are required to take 3 Bible classes, but not just that, your faith is integrated into every class that you take here, whether that is a professor starting your class off with a devotional, or a professor talking about what it's going to look like to be a person in the workplace, maybe a teacher, a business person, what that's going to look like in your real life or in after college. Then we have chapel, which is 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and it is required for all of our students. Students come and learn about different things. We like to say that no topic is off limits in chapel, so we talk about a lot of different things in our chapels. For instance, what's going on right now is the election season or the end of election season. And so we have a chapel about that. We want to talk, we want students to hear what it is that they are interested in or what they're going through as well. The third and last thing that we do is we have growth groups. Growth groups are on Wednesday nights and are required for all first-year students. Growth groups is a Bible study or a time for students to get together to learn more about each other, learn more about God and how their lives are surrounding those different areas. I got to be a growth group leader when I came to Grace, and that was such a fun opportunity to get to grow together with a group of other women in my hall. But sometimes we sat and we went through a book, but you know what? Other times we also went out to eat, or we watched a movie together, because growing together also means fellowship with one another. Not only do we have so many different things here at Grace, but we also have varsity, JV, and club sports. All of those will also receive scholarships that we'll talk about a little bit later today as well. But as you can see, here are all of our sports that we offer at Grace. We offer men's baseball, basketball, bowling, esports, track and field, women's, same, soccer, golf, volleyball, a lot of the sports that I'm sure you are interested in. It's very easy. All you have to do is go online and fill out a recruitment form, get in touch with our coaches, and voila. What I love about Grace College is that we are a college that loves our students. So sometimes maybe your friend's on the soccer team or the person in your classroom, and so you're going and you're cheering them on. We have a small school here, so we're able to encourage all of our students in so many different ways to play their best and do things their best. What's also really nice is that because we are NAIA, you can have your academic scholarship and you can do an athletic scholarship as well. Speaking about scholarships, we just became a test optional school, which means that you do not have to have a SAT or ACT in order to be accepted into Grace. So that means that all of our merit scholarships also just moved to only being GPA based. On your screen there are all of our GPA based scholarships, starting at a 3.0 all the way up to a 4.0. You see where your scholarship is at, and then you run your finger, and that is the scholarship that you will get every year once you start coming to Grace. Grace will update your scholarship up until March 1st of your senior year. which is really nice so that it gives you that last semester to work really, really hard if you're kind of in that bubble, to push you a little bit above. The biggest question for our families here at Grace is, what other scholarships do we offer? Here on the screen are a few others that you can see. One of them being athletic scholarships. If you were to be offered any type of athletic scholarships from a coach, those could be added on. We have church matching grants. So if your family or your church want to give to your child's education, Grace will match up to $1,000. We have the FAFSA grant if you are to file FAFSA, a few different things to help our students out, especially when it comes to finances. We realize and we understand how important it is to get a good quality, valuable education, but also to not break the bank while doing it. We have a few things that we do in order to keep Grace College accessible and valuable to you and your family. One of the things that we do is we lock in tuition. So Grace is going to cost the same for you tuition-wise every single year. We will not raise that, even though tuition does increase about 2 to 3% every year. Grace will lock it in for when you come in as a first-year student. We have that accelerated degree, which means that you can finish college in 3 years, or you can graduate with your master's degree in 4 years. We also give all of our students financial assistance. So we are going to help all of our students out as best as we can. So no student is going to pay for college on their own. And last but not least is we help our students out with book rentals. So we do not expect our students to have to pay for all of their books all 4 years. So we do a textbook rentals for them, essentially. So it is $250 a year, and your textbooks just show up in your dorm room, which is just really, really cool to be able to do that. And those are a few things that we do for our students here at Grace to help them, to grow them and to allow them to learn more. Thank you guys so much for listening to my presentation. If anybody is on, they can ask me questions. If not, I'm going to stay on this screen a little bit to talk about, or so that you can see the information, my information on here. There is my email and my phone number, and I would love to get in touch with any student that is wondering, how do I get into college? What's my next steps? You can look at that on the screen there as well. Thank you guys so much for coming and for joining me today. I know that was a short presentation, short and sweet, which is what we like to do here at Grace. Thank you guys so much. You all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at pacac.org. That's PACAC.org. Thank you.